couple more minutes. We got Sonia webcam today also. Look at that. Everyone's going to have to make sure they pin Alan. Easy to ignore. Okay, recording is started. Let's just give it a couple more minutes now. It's filling up right now. So many faces today. It's good to see.
Finally got my hair done, so.
Nice.
I'm trying to break out of my shell and not be shy.
Oh, you shy? Really?
I'm getting
of course you would come out.
That's like saying me, I'm quiet and, low key.
But you are sometimes, Tom.
All we see is your forehead.
My forehead?
And, oh, there we go.
If you're on your phone, oh no, you're on a webcam. Okay, cool. There you go.
Am I better?
One of the things we found yesterday was that if you're on webcam and you're holding it in portrait mode, because Teams shows it in landscape, it'll only show the top of your head. So.
But you see me totally, or?
Yep, from the neck up.
From the neck up. That's good. Then you're looking at the right place.
To the eyes, to the eyes. So that doesn't work for me, so anyways.
Because you're 6'4".
Yeah.
You're too tall. All right. Let's give it another minute. We're about how many people are we? We've established 45 as the starting point lately, so I think we're close. We're at 50. Let's roll.
Okay.
Let's do it.
By the way, I see Yuri is still stuck in the kitchen, down the dining room table, not an office.
All right, Alan, you're up.
All right, ready for me? Okay, I'm sharing.
Everyone should just remember to pin Alan because we have a lot of people on webcams today, so just make sure you pin them.
All right, everybody see my slide?
Mm-hmm.
All right, so thank you for the chance to present what makes me happy. I am going to start first with a quick slide about me. So first, I'm a New York native, born and raised. I'm married with 2 little girls, Julia and Natalie. I like most of you, kind of my theme here is family. That's what brings me the most happiness. I like to travel, like to spend time with my wife and girls. I'm an avid builder. I like building and fixing stuff around the house. I'm always involved in some kind of project, doing one of those 2 things. Love playing golf. I run, I bike, I keep very active. In this days of pandemic times, I've improved my cooking skills. I spent a lot of time cooking and grilling now that the weather's warming up. I'm a yoga practitioner, and I have a black belt in Taekwondo, which it's not as current as it once was. I'm not as flexible or young as I once was, but I used to be a competitive Taekwondo practitioner.
What happened to guitar, Alan? I thought you played the guitar.
Yeah, I'm listing things that I'm good at.
Good one.
So yes,
that'll work.
On the professional side, I went to college in Albany. I have a double major in management information systems, and business management. Started my career in consulting, working for Accenture, and then spent several years at a company called Windmill Software in New York. Actually, a Net at Work customer, still to this day. From a kind of an industry vertical background, my expertise is really in, I would say, financial services, education, and healthcare. But within that space, my career really I've spent in professional services, running, building, and growing professional services. That's what I enjoy doing. And I joined Net at Work in November as Chief Professional Services Officer. So this is my crew. These pictures, the 2 pictures that look like they were taken on the same day, we had a professional photographer went around our neighborhood taking porch photos, or portraits, as I've learned that they're called, to raise money for healthcare workers, which was a good cause. So this is what we used to look like, and this is what we look like now.
Good one.
These are some more pictures of us. In the upper left-hand corner, there's a tree in front of our house, a wild cherry tree that blossoms. It like explodes with flowers once a year. It stays like that for about 3 days, and then it just turns into a tree. But for a couple of days, it's great. So every year we have, I guess we've been in this house for 12 years. So every year we take pictures in front of that same tree, which is nice. The bottom left is us in Fire Island, one of our happy places. The upper right is us sending the girls off to camp. That's the camp bus. And then another shot from, I think that was a wedding we went to. So this is my wife, Jamie. We've been married for 17 years. She grew up in Jericho, went to school in Boston at Tufts University. She's a school psychologist, so she works in our home district. She's not in the same building as my kids, but she is a psychologist in the district. And, active, busy supermom. This is the extended family. So the top left photo is my side of the family, my parents, my sister, her kids, nieces, nephews, and her in-laws are also there. I think that was last year at Father's Day. So we like to get together a lot as a family, barbecue, kids play together, run around. Now they're all older, it's a bit different, but they enjoy each other. And the bottom right is Jamie's parents, sister, husband, and their kids. And that was on a cruise last year. We didn't realize at the time that would probably be the last cruise we would ever go on. But we did enjoy it while they still had cruises. Hopefully they'll return. And these are my folks. So mom and dad, both, native New Yorkers, born in Brooklyn and Queens. My dad had a recruiting business most of his career that he wound down and retired a few years ago. They moved down to Boynton Beach, Florida. You can see the picture of my mom there in her 70s, still getting on my kids' bikes and riding around the neighborhood. She's a very young spirit. And my dad and I enjoy playing golf. That picture in the upper left is at the famous St. Andrews in Scotland. So when my dad turned 70, I took him to Scotland on a trip. He's been a golfer his entire life and loves the sport, and something we're able to do together. So that was a very memorable trip. And then at the bottom in the middle, that's a picture of me when I was little. That was our Hanukkah bush. So all the trees, that was our Hanukkah bush growing up. I found that picture yesterday, and it really cracked me up. I hadn't seen that in years. And so I mentioned, we like to do all kinds of adventures. We're fairly active. So this is I was in a Tough Mudder a couple of years ago, 2 years ago, I think this one was. And my little Julia did a mini mudder. They had a track set up for the kids. I was very proud of her. You could see her doing the mud crawl. And then there's also some shots of us recently doing a 5K for a cause, kind of a personal cause. If everyone remembers, there was a school shooting a few years ago in Florida at Parkland High School. One of the teachers there was a guy named Scott Beagle, and he lived right down the block. His family is still here. And so we helped participate in a 5K fundraiser. So that was nice. We did that. Mm-hmm. And then this in the Tough Mudder, if you guys have seen or done this, one of the events is called electroshock therapy. Oh, you run through a field. I don't know if you can make it out in the picture in the video here. I'll play it for you in a second, but just to set it up, dangling are these yellow wires and ropes. There's hundreds of them, and some of them are electrified with 10,000 volts of electricity. So as you're running through these mud puddles, you're getting jolted. So I thought I would share this with you. This is a fun video.
Good grief.
10,000 volts?
Fun.
Yeah, it's the amps that don't make it. It's the amps that kill you, not the volts.
Good
I'm
grief.
the orange shorts.
I'm not sure I would trust that.
No.
Oh, wow.
It's crazy.
Are you watching the other guys to see if they react and then trying to follow them? Is that what you're doing back there, Alan?
So is this video footage of reopening the office?
That's funny.
That's a good one.
So here I come in the orange shirt.
Oh, wow.
Got you at the end there.
Oh, looks pain-free.
It
So
does hurt.
I wanted everyone to see under a high pressure job how graceful I am. My knees buckling. Oops, next slide. All right, so this is Julia, my older daughter. Julia is about to turn 13. She is, a pretty typical 13-year-old. She loves, she plays tennis. She loves animals. She sings. Mostly, now that she's getting, into her teenage years, really what she spends most of her time doing is watching Grey's Anatomy. She was recently bat mitzvahed. That picture in the upper right is us. We were supposed to be in Israel in April for her bat mitzvah, but unfortunately that plan was changed for us. And so we did it right in the backyard. In the bottom left, you could see she's doing goat yoga. If anyone hasn't done that, there are goats on your back while you're practicing yoga. And this is my little one, Natalie. Natalie is 9. She's in 4th grade. She's our creative one. She loves to bake and cook, and she plays violin and piano. Her favorite thing to do is gymnastics. And maybe when we're done, I'll take a quick tour and see if I can get her to do some flips for us. And this is our dog, Gabby. Gabby is a 6-year-old silver lab. She enjoys long walks and eating flip-flops. She's very smart. You could see she also does yoga. That's her downward dog in the upper right-hand corner. And in the middle, at the bottom, you can see we bought her. We've gone through like 3 different dog beds, but she refuses to sleep in them. She sleeps in the old kids, Pottery Barn chairs. That's where she thinks she belongs. And these are just some of our happy places. So, like I mentioned, we like to travel. There's a picture of us in Hilton Head and in Fire Island. Our girls are big Harry Potter fans. They both kind of found their love of reading with Harry Potter books. So we take them to shows and took them to Universal Studios to go to Harry Potter World, because anything we can do to keep them reading, we do. And then in the upper right, I'll never be able to find them fast enough, but that's their camp. That's what they love doing during the summer. So we're trying to find new plans for this summer, but that's their happy place. So, all right, I'm going to try to make the move to my phone and see how this goes.
If this goes well, I sent out Alan some instructions as to how I think it could work, so I'll send them to everybody else. So he's the guinea pig.
Can you see me? Or can you?
Yeah.
Do I have video? All right.
There we go.
While I'm walking out, this is my man cave where I sit and spend my days working. I mentioned this is my black belt certificate. I'm very proud of this. I keep this on my wall. And this is just a quick tour of my office. I mentioned I like to play golf. These are some of the courses that I've played. I keep a golf ball every time I play at a new course. And then Seth, you mentioned my guitar. This has just got a lot of dust piled up on it. All right, now I'm going to introduce you to my wife and kids if they're out here. Let's see. There's Gabby. And Julia, are you willing to do a few tricks and show everybody what a good listener Gabby is?
Wait, Dad, can we go over there real quick?
All right, you're in charge. You lead us. All right.
Somebody has treats in her hand.
Yes, she does. Oh.
Okay, ready?
Lay down and
Whoa.
Wow.
roll over.
Get ready?
She's very interested in treats, as you can see.
Yes.
All right, and then are we done, Jules? Let's see. All right.
Very nice.
Thank you.
She used to come train my dog.
Yeah.
Oh.
And this
That's
is
Yeah,
me,
right.
my wife. I'm gonna say.
Hello.
Hey.
Hello.
And
There's
then,
no way she can see us
Love
waving.
love the stove. That's a great stove.
Yeah, it's new. We did the kitchen not too long ago, and this is my little one, and we'll end end the show with the fireworks. She is our star gymnast, so I'll introduce her quickly. You ready for us, Natalie? All right, here she goes. What is she gonna do? Oh, and here.
Whoa.
Ah.
Wow.
Nice.
You gonna
I
do a
won't
back
be
handspring?
I will not be trying that.
All right.
Look at this.
All right.
I think the
Thank
best
you,
I've got
Nat.
is
Great
popcorn.
job.
Nice job.
Very nice.
Nope, I think we're good. All right, so that's it. That's the Lasher
Thank
family.
you, Alan.
Thanks
That
so
was
much,
great.
Alan. That was
Thanks,
great.
Thanks, Alan.
Awesome.
you.
Thanks, Alan.
Thank you
Family.
so
Take care.
much.
Thank you, Alan.
Thank you,
Bye-bye.
Alan.
Thank you, Alan. It was
Awesome.
great meeting, seeing you.
All right.